You're out to lunch, Ridge. Those guys don't have a prayer.
It's a weak division.
A weak division? Come on. Houston, Cincinnati, the Padres, the Giants.
The Dodgers have a chance.
Yeah, a chance in hell. Have you been to the ballpark lately and seen them?
Kidding, I barely have time to get to my weekly tennis game.
Tennis. Hey, speaking of tennis, I saw Felicia out on the court.
What, sunbathing?
Believe it or not, she had a racket in her hand.
Who's she with?
That, new tennis pro from the club, what's his name?
Jake McLean.
Jake McLean, yeah, he's supposed to give Mother a lesson.
That's right.
Anyway, Felicia took it for her.
Tennis has got to be the last thing on Mother's mind right now.
Mother. When you talked to her before on the phone, was she, okay?
No, not particularly.
Well, she wasn't hysterical or anything.
Thorne, Mother never gets hysterical.
Look, Rich, I know that you have major reservations about what I did.
I understand your motivations, your intentions, but yes, I have reservations about it.
And you would have rather we wait to tell Mother about Brooke after the divorce?
Look, Thorne, granted, she would have been upset that we kept it from her. But frankly, I think that would have been a lot easier to deal with for us than Dad having to deal with her incredible hostility.
Yeah, but to me, Rich, that's not the issue.
Oh, right, you're into protecting Mother's rights. What about Dad's rights?
Dad's rights? Dad's rights to what? A divorce?
Thorne, it kills me that those two are getting a divorce. I hate it. Maybe even more than you do. But Dad has a life, too. And you can't take that away from him. Even if you don't like the way he's living it.
I haven't taken anything away from Dad. Mother hasn't taken anything away from Dad. He has done it to himself, Ridge. The first time he took an interest in Brooke. Or allowed her to seduce him.
You know, I'm getting sick of you bad-mouthing Brooke. If you believe that she's capable of that, then you don't know her. Why don't you do us all a favor, Thorne, and just keep it to yourself?
Hey, let's not make things worse than they already are.
Well, I'm not sure that's possible.
What did your attorney have to say?
Pretty much what Storm said, that Stephanie's fighting a delaying battle. Eventually the marriage will be dissolved, but she can drag it out as long as she wants to.
So how can you prevent that, Eric?
I'm going to talk to Stephanie.
Do you think that's a good idea?
I can't let her get away with this. I mean, this is insane.
Maybe you should have your attorney talk to her.
No, he tried that. Her attorney wouldn't let him get within 10 yards of her.
Eric, I don't want this to become any more stressful for you than it already is.
Brooke, I have to fight this woman. If I sit back and do nothing, then she'll do nothing, and this whole thing can drag out for months. For years, even.
I wanted so much for our baby to be born after we were married. I guess that won't happen now. Which is why Stephanie's doing this. To get at me. To destroy me. Little does she know, she's only making me stronger.
Stephanie is making both of us stronger because I'm more determined than ever to get that woman and everything she represents behind me. And as far as this baby is concerned, marriage or no marriage, she is a Forrester. She will have my name.
Oh, Eric. If only it hadn't happened this way. I had really looked forward to this night. Our wedding night.
We'll have a wedding night. You and me. I promise you that.
You haven't told me how Stephanie found out.
That's something else about this. That's a little disconcerting. Thorne told her.
Thorne?
Yes, he told her about our involvement and the pregnancy. He told her about everything.
Why would he do that?
I don't know, some sense of loyalty, I guess.
Loyalty? But this has nothing to do with loyalty.
I really don't know why, but I intend to find out.
I don't get it. He must have known what would have happened if he told Stephanie. Why would he do this to me, Eric? We're friends.
I don't think he was doing it to you, darling. I think he was doing it to me.
What do you mean?
I think he was just striking out at me, I guess. I don't know.
No, Eric, he's not a child. He wouldn't do this just to strike out at you. I've been wondering why I haven't heard from him.
What do you mean?
He did this out of anger towards me. He had to have. He's striking out at me, Eric. But why? What have I done to Thorne? My God, I have nothing but love and respect for him. I thought that he understood.
Look, I'm sorry I offended you, Ridge. You and I just don't see things the same way these days.
These days? When was the last time we agreed on anything, Thorne? Even the weather?
Yeah, well, at least we used to have respect for one another.
I respect what you said about Mother.
You do?
I was tempted to tell her about it myself. Then I thought, what would that accomplish? Except what it did accomplish, Thorne, which is a lot of bad blood.
Ridge, where there is a divorce, there is bloodshed.
No, Thorne. That isn't always the case. And in this case, it shouldn't have happened.